Okay, so for today, let me log in. So today we will see how we can simulate one real API in Pega and then use the API to display data, call the API at runtime. How we do that? We have already actually have gone through this API. I mean this thing country list. I've already shown you like how to get a real country list at runtime. The same way we will be using it. It is very simple. I will not. I mean, I will not go in a very rule by rule configuration. What is getting created, how you should configure it, what are the best practices, which parameter we can consider, all that. I'll just do a very simple configuration. So for now, for this POC as well, you also have to do the same simple configuration and then just use that database that is automatically created to display the weather API. So now how this weather case will be, it will be triggered. You will call the service, you will get the data. If it is if it is getting rain, then the manager will have to say yes, you have to, I mean the coordinator, right, weather coordinator, he has to mandatorily set up, I have set up tent, I have arranged for umbrellas and all that, all those three check boxes. If it is not going to rain, then also he can basically say just arrange it, still arrange it, I'm getting a hint that it might rain. So otherwise it is optional. If he says no, it is not required, manager says no, it is not required, then the facility coordinator will not get anything to set up tent for and everything, because it won't rain, right? That is why we are using the API. But the manager will have an authority. If he wants to trigger it, he can trigger it. There will be a checkbox. But if it is raining, suppose you have configured, if the raining parameter is more than 60 and it is 65, then it is mandatory and manager cannot deselect it. It will be some kind of disclaimer, a checkbox, that it will rain today as per the our system configurations, and you have to set it for it. Please allow this case to be routed for the coordinator, weather coordinator, something. So he will check that disclaimer and he will submit, then it will go for facility coordinator. So this weather case type is clear, right? Now we will see how we can do that. So you basically click here your application. No, sorry, apologies. Configure, basically configure. Then you call for the integration, and it is sort of a connector. You are connecting to some external service, so it is a connector, and I know it is type of a REST because I know from the API, right? API documentation. So the most important parameter is endpoint and the authentication. How you will get the authentication? Okay. So let me try to copy this data. I mean, copy this URL. This is my URL, and I want to say it as weather API. Let's, and you can name it anything. Okay. So for now, if people are using same weather API or weather keyword, so just append 1 2 3 4 as per the sheet. Okay, so that you do not conflict with each other rules. So it won't happen that one has created, everyone using is same. I just want you to go through this wizard once. So this is the most important parameter. Correct URL is mandatory. Then what will be the name of this API? Then if any additional header parameter you want to send or any authentication parameter you want to configure, that you can put it here. Otherwise, as it is not required in my case, what will be the name of this resource? I'm keeping it same. Okay, weather API. It is kind of a GET request. I know that from the documentation itself. So you have to read the documentation properly, which method you are using for API. Next, now it is said like how to configure this data model. Pega is saying like what will you be sending, what you will be getting. So to configure that out of the box, we will click here, add a response. So if there are request parameters, suppose it's a post request, right? Then you will send some request data. Then it will prompt you to send some request data as well. As it's a get request, so get request, the data is sent over the URL itself. Okay, in the query string parameters. So here are two parameters, q and app id. So q I'm sending as Chandigarh comma in. So this is my city, this is my country ID. App id, I mean it is very specific to the operators, I mean for your access basically to get the data. So it will authenticate me and only then it will provide me data. So if I submit, oh, no, sorry, I have to click run, apologies. Once it will try to hit the service, it will try to get the data. So now it has got data in the form of JSON. Okay, now Pega can basically build the whole data model based on this one. Understood? I mean, this is how Pega will try to say, okay, there's a coordinator, there's a loan, a longitude keyword, there's a value, latitude keyword, there's a value. So it will try to create these as a variables, or you say properties in Pega, and then map accordingly. So if I submit, so now I have added one sample response. Okay, I hit the service, I get the response, and I'm saying keep the response to create the data model in the background. Next. So now it is saying, it will basically tell you, so as per Pega, this is the integration layer Pega is suggesting. So he's saying directly put this service on the organization layer. Okay, so that everyone, whosoever is on the node or having this org1 access, can use the API directly. And what data layer I want to create, so he's suggesting just create a new data layer for this API, or you can also do skip and I will create later, if you are very proficient and you don't want to Pega to handle the response, basically to create the data model for the response. For now I'm just keeping whatever Pega is suggesting. Let us keep it. And so Pega is creating one more this data page to access the API directly. So, yes, this one, right? Then create. So Pega will take its sweet little time to configure everything in the background, all the classes, data model, data pages. Okay, so it's saying like it will take some time and creating some records. So Pega configured like 95 records for this whole API integration in the background, and it is saying like for the these are the major rules. Basically, there are a lot many rules created, but these are the major rules. So for data modeling, to storing this response, it has created this data layer. It has used this rule set, created a new rule set basically to store all the rules for this data layer. And for the integration classes, it has used this class org1 int weather API, and this is a rule set it is using. So you see this is same, I think. Yes, so it is using the same rule set for all the rules that are applicable. Data source created, this is the data source, and this is the uh, basically data page I will be. Yes, so data page basically have this source column, right? This one we already discussed, and we talked or discussed about the lookup and the report definition. Mostly lookup one to one, report definition multiple records. Okay, so now we are discussing basically a third source, connector. Connector is used to call a API or a service. Okay, it could be REST, it could be SOAP, JMS, anything. So it is saying this service basically connector is of type REST, and the service I'm using is the weather API service. And from where I'm getting this data currently, from the request parameter, and this is the response parameter. I will be trying to manipulate the data. Once I got the data from the API, then so how this will work when you call this data transform, or sorry, apologies, this data page, when you call this or reference this, Pega will see how to source it from an API. Which API? This API. Okay, so what data I need to send to the API, that will be set here, request parameters. Okay, and when I got the response to Pega, then do you want to put any manipulation on that received data, basically response data that you got from the API, that you put on the response data transform, any additional data mapping. So suppose in our case it is giving me the minimum temperature, maximum temperature in Kelvin. Okay, so but in my requirement is it should be in Celsius, and the API is not providing that kind of feature. So I will try to put that logic here, because whenever I'm calling it, I want the min temperature, max temperature in Celsius. So I will put that logic to converge in some method. Okay, so let's try to run this data transform data page once. Run. Okay, so it is already setting this, and where it is I think here, request, if I'm not wrong. No, it is getting it here. It is getting it as a parameter, that is fine. What is this? Is it here? It is here, default values there. That is good. So it configured the data page. It said there will be two parameters, and if nothing is there, by default this will be there. But if you put some new parameter at runtime, so it will not take the default value, because you have overridden the default value basically. So it is good to have some default value if they are working all the time for the just testing purpose. So database, it is getting the default value. If I want to run it, let's see if we are getting the response or not. So see, the same API that I was calling from the postman, I'm getting the same response. if you see, what is this, you see everything weather, and you have to go for clouds. So 87% is the number. So that the number in the document that they are referring. Yeah, I think they've kept it 40 now. So you can keep it more, maybe 60 or something. Hotel, 40 I think they are keeping. So this part is clear, right? I told you I will provide you this one. So integration, you don't have to simulate it. Just use a real API and then get the data. Good to have a real API. Okay, so that way you will practice it as well. Anyhow, you put your number, whatever you want to keep. Okay. So this part is discussed. Okay. So for routing, okay, or operator management, if you know how to do the operator management, then you go for it. Otherwise, configure the whole case lifecycle and put the operator's current operator for now. Once you're done with everything, validations, um, then we will go for the routing. First, go for the validations. If validations are done and you understand all the validations, then jump back to declare expression. That is also very important, and then that is also something that we should know. Okay, and also this one.